Hello everyone. So it's a Monday today, and last time we were making this uh, prototype in Figma about our landing page. Let me just open it up again. Let me open the latest one. All right. So this was the page that we designed last time. So this is the landing page of our website. This is the desktop view, and I tried to explain what my app does using these graphics and text. It looks like good, 7 out of 10 or something. For starting out, I guess it's fine. Like we built this in 2 hours, I guess. So for 2 hours, it's pretty good enough. And today, also last time we set up the Webpack configuration and everything. So this time, in this video, we will just build this website from scratch. Let me open up the code from last live stream. Alright, so this was the code, and we basically set up these folders according to the folder structure that Webpack needs, and we set up the Webpack configuration for all the CSS and all the JavaScript files. Then we set up the dev server to automatically save our changes and redirect them on the web page. Not redirect, reflect it on the web page, right? So then we set up the tailwind, and now we are ready to create our landing page. Everything is set up. We just fit this to the screen. Okay. Let's run our development server. So the command was npm or pnpm dev. So this was the blank page with hello world. There is one issue, I guess, like the development server is not building the application, or that's mid test. Okay. Yes. If I build it manually, are we running into the same problem? The CSS file is not getting imported. Last time we did this and it started working. We fixed this, right? Oh, sorry, this is working. My bad, my bad. But the hello world is small. Why? We change something here. Is it going to work? CSS loader cannot undefined. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the styles file is working, but why am I not seeing the tailwind here? If I just copy this, paste this here, very stupid thing to do. It's not working. Just a second. This is correct. This is correct. This is also right. No problem here. Style loader, CSS. I am new to this pack configuration thing. npm run build. Still no styles.css file. And if I open this, still nothing. Do I have to do this? Same issue. JSON. Okay, let's create the CSS file. Let's import it. Configure webpack. Yep, we already have that. Style loader, CSS loader. Styles are loaded, but worried about the tail width. I check here. Background white. Styles is loaded. Tailwind not applying. Styles in the back. We already went through all of this. Okay, let's try this. Index.css, index.js. Still same thing. You know what? What should the build be like? RM, RF, dist, and styles does not exist. Yeah, it should be styles because in the Webpack configuration we are going for the styles.css. It didn't change anything from the last video. In the last video, this was working perfectly. Tailwind is still not applied here. Should I check my last stream? So many people run through the same error. Okay. Webpack builds in a single process, styled. Yes, then it right becomes this folder pointing to this folder and config. Okay, this is fine. This is also fine. Oh, I need to change this. Back. We the source HTML file is included in the build process, then written into dist folder. Not using completely. Okay. Index.css. And yeah, to build this again. Folder. Finally. I don't know if the problem was in this configuration thing. Okay, just let me revert it. If I undo this, I this still works. Oh no, let me just revert that. Let's try again. Fine. So this was the issue. I need to include the source path, like where is that CSS file located. It's working, it's working. Just a second. Great. Finally start building this. And let's run our server, development server, which auto builds the application on saving the file. Let's open it and let's see. Let's remove this. Did it build? Do I need to refresh? Why do I need to refresh? Yep. Server. Let's leave it. Okay, and instead of this, it will be Venus activity. What should be the tagline? Hmm, or productivity companion, something like this. And let's see. Let's reload. Okay, great. We will add the favicon later. And for the body, let's start by creating a div and we will make this a container. Actually, let's do main. Let's be semantic and div. This will be our hero. No, first, yeah, right. This will be the hero, and this will be the navbar, and it should be full width. And let's create two divs, logo, and second one for actions. Let's make this flex, space between, by between. Let's see. Logo in action. And after making this a container, let's do margin auto, px4. This thing is irritating, like reloading the page every time. It should automatically do it, but let's leave it for now. Enough Webpack configuration troubles for today. Okay, then here's the space for logo, then here is for the actions. And let's do border B to border red. Okay, the height should be 34. 34 is too much. 16. 16 is fine. Then let's align it in the middle. Sorry, not this. Items, center. Right. So here we will have our logo and here will be the action buttons. Now let's start creating the hero section. Okay, so in the hero section, we will have an image. Like I can create the background image here and we will write text on it. So let's create the text first. Let's open this in editor. It will be text 3xl text white, and before this let's yeah, let's change the background color to match our theme. So this is one. This is the background color. So in the styles, let's change that. Is that right? Okay. And for all the text color, all should be white. I think I should increase the height. 22 is not a height. 24 is 24 too much. No, it's fine, I guess. So let's keep it. And let's remove this guiding border. Let's take the image from here. Okay, yes, PNG. There used to be an option to export, like export in PNG or something. I don't know where it went. Okay, so let's copy PNG clipboard downloader. Now I just go here and save it like this. I just need this image. Okay, so this is group 4. Select, copy. Let's see why. Okay, great. So let's just move this source and let's create a folder. Assets, images, paste this here, hero. Okay, so one more thing, I don't know if Webpack uh, exports this image file by default. So let's just try it out. I can do style, background, background image, URL, assets, images, hero.png. Is the error? Yeah. See, yeah, image is not being exported. Okay, PNG Webpack configuration. File loader. Why do I need a file loader? Webpack has its own loader for files. It was, let's see, was it file loader? Let's look at the official documentation and CSS. This is the right. So this is the configuration for assets loading images. We have built in asset modules and let's copy this source icon. Yeah, set this here. And should I use this? path. I should. Assets. Okay. Now let's check this again. Building, building, and we don't have the image. See, yeah, we don't have the image, and we just remove this and try again. Still no image. Why webpack? Why source as it? Yeah, like this is my folder structure. Let's follow this. Secondly, URL loader. See this. Okay, let's use the file loader. Still no image file. I saw this somewhere. This works fine. We can I can also choose the output path. And I think this does not work because I'm not importing the files in the JavaScript in my index.js. Maybe that's the reason. But this should also work like whenever it builds, I just want this whole folder to be copied to the distribution. That one looked like the solution that I need. Set resource, embed a separate file, export the URL previously achievable by file loader in line. Asset automatically chooses between exporting data URI. Okay, this is the rule. This is the output. Then generator file name and templating will result in the file name. Okay. Way I load static images and fonts. This, this, use file loader option. That's what I'm doing, right? Let's see. Still no success. And source. Still no success. This worked. What are the two warnings? In asset size limit, the following assets exceeded the recommended size, 244 KBs. Okay. And the pack performance recommended, we can limit the size of bundle by using importer required to ensure lazy load some parts of your application. Fine. Incorrect. Instead of using this like the background image, I can also just create an image here and then let's create another div which will be overlay. Let's do absolute or relative. I should do relative. Nothing changes. This is the parent, and on this 0px. Relative should work too, right? Overlay div on image. Stupid thing, but I really get confused while doing this. Position absolute overlay text overlay. Okay. Z index and top. Also, the image should be inside this. No. This should be relative and this should be absolute. Let's see. This is relative. And this is absolute top 0 px. Yeah, now I just need to put this in the if, and I should set this to relative and this to absolute, and remove this and just put my text here. Also, top 0 z index 10. Right. Now just convert this to a flex box and justify center, align items center. Let's see. The div does not have the height and width, that's why. And to inherit, he just width, inherit, height, inherit. This will not work 100%. And height also 100% right in the middle. So let's do it full and height full, and let's make this text 5 pixel bold. Let's do padding 12 and text center. It's this font bold. Okay, let's add a little bit more padding. Let's see. Okay, so the font is there. This is the font, right? How about monster at mons? What's the font? Monster at this versus this. Monster at looks very modern and great, so let's use monster at font. Here is the option to download this to font family, get font. Okay, get embed code and let's copy this. Let's copy this. this in our HTML. CSS class for a variable style. Why do I need to do it like this? I should also config this in Tailwind. Family. Okay, I got the font like this. Then in the theme, I need to extend the font family. Okay, let's see. The Tailwind, I just need to extend this. Just Montserrat. And in the body, I can do font Montserrat. Okay, let's see. Yeah, much better. And let's change the padding. Maybe let's change the width of this H1. Let's keep it 1 by 3, 2 by 3. Okay, not bad. And then let's create this tagline. Let's turn this into a flex column. Okay. Now this text should be gray or sync looks better. This should have some more padding. Not too bad, I guess. Then this get started button. Let's like I will redesign this button, like this looks really bad. So let's skip this for now, this button part, and let's start building this. I would love to like just keep this as an image and just import it here, but I would love to break this into chunks so I can animate this on scroll. So for the animation, I will have to like, uh, make these component into separate parts, like this big cube, then this arrow, and then these cones. Okay, so let's export this cube, being at as PNG, paste. This is our cube. Let's copy this images. Let's call it cube. And then let's copy this cone. We'll call it cone. Instead of this arrow, I can use a PNG. And below this hero, let's create a section and let's pull our assets, images, add this cube. Let's paste the SVG. Let's see. Big, too big. Let's scale it down to height 250 and width 250. And this arrow, it should be, height should be, I guess, 80 pixels. And I'm just worried this might get elongated. Yeah, this SVG will not work. Okay, and this should be in the middle. So let's add padding 12 and then flex icon center, justify center. Yes, small arrow is also fine. Like I don't need to make this a long arrow like this. This is also looking good. And let's add the text here and the small cones. So let's add the small cones first. Assets, images, cone, tree, too big. The height should be 100 and the width should also be 100. Okay, and let's add some space between them. So class space x it x. All right. So now for the text, let's see. I have this cube image and the text should be come above it like here. Can say your big task. Let's see. And text center, text, Excel. Set margin bottom of 4. Okay, looks great. Now the same thing. Let's add this. Yeah, I already have a div and this is flex. Smaller and manageable. Counts. See, let's make it zinc 100. Okay. And now, after this static web page is done, I will just add animations everywhere. Like on scroll, this big cube will appear, and after scrolling, these cones will appear one by one, something like that. Okay, this part is done. Now coming to the third section, your productivity companion. All right, let's close this section, and below it, let's add an H1, your productivity companion, and this should be H2. Just being semantic here, this should be an H3 here also. This should be an H3. Your productivity companion, and it should be text to Excel. See, Excel is small. Let's try 3 Excel and font semi bold. text center, and below that I will create a div. It should be flex, which should contain two more divs. One is for the text and the other one is for the image. And let's export this image from here. Yeah, copy as PNG, repeat. I hate doing this. Paste, and it should be assets, then images, then demo. It should have a width of 1 by 2, and same goes here. It should also have the width of 1 by 2, and this section should have full width. And let's see, let's copy this text. The image is not here because I need to rebuild this. For some reason, the development server is not building the static files. Great. Now just this is the text and this is the box. So let's add space. Yeah, this will fail in responsiveness. So let's add margin bottom here, 22, 20. Let's see. Okay. And let's create items center. Let's decrease its width 1 by 3. Justify center. Let's add a gap, 8, maybe 12. Let's try 2 by 5. So I can add a few more things here, or maybe I should scale down the image, but I think this image size is perfect. I can add a list here, organize, plan, organize, prioritize. Yeah, that will be better. An unordered list with list item, plan, organize, prioritize. And in Tailwind, let's see how do we work with bullet, sorry, list. list disk. And let's indent this by adding a px. What if I just put this your productivity companion here? It will look better. Let's try this out. See. Okay, not too bad. Let's remove this padding, reduce it to 12, and let's add 5 and let's remove this and make this 10 maybe. Okay, better than before. Let's take a 5 minutes break. Back to our code. Hmm, that looks good. Not too bad. Also, okay, now another section, and it's about loaded with productivity features. Okay, so I'll just use this H2 large. St- Center, and this should be 20 like before. And just like this, hero subheading description, I'll use the same thing here. And all this should be inside a div. The description should not be semi-bold. Let's make this 20 or X colon. Justify center and items. No, sorry, items center. 2 by 5 will be fine. Okay, no, padding is too much. Let's remove the whole padding. Let's see, 1 by 5 will be too small. 3 by 5. Okay, great. Now let's build this card. And okay, let's first create the structure of this card. So for the card, let's go down here, add a div, name it card. Let's see, where does it appear? Let's add the border. Okay, width should be 36 and height, let's try 18, 16. Too small. Let's try with 48 and height 36. Try height 32 and width 64. Instead of using the width, I can just make a card container and make 3 cards. Make this a grid, and let's see how do we tailwind grid. Grid goals 3. Okay, so let's try this. We made this a grid, then grid goals 3. See, okay, great. And MX auto. I don't think this is evenly spaced. And see, calls 3. And instead of specifying the width here, let's just add a gap of 4. Gap of 8. And this looks good. Just for the structure, this looks okay. Maybe I need to lower the height and width also. So let's add px of 12, and instead of 32, let's make this 28. Okay. Okay, good enough. The logo will be here, the text will be here, the description will be here. Okay, this will be the structure for the cards. Then let's create this section here. Let's just duplicate this and add instead of these cards, Should I increase the font size? No, I think it's fine. Let's export this cube, copy as PNG, paste. Let's add this here. Assets, images, retail cube. Let's build it. Too big. Height should be 250, 300 actually. And width should also be 300. Let's do 350. And let's add a div with px 24 mx auto. We will add the images here. Okay, just creating the wireframe for now. I am in a hurry. I have to go somewhere. Okay, so let's go to the FAQ and add text here. Let's make this a flex with items center and gap 20. Great. And it should be justify center. Should take the width 1 by 2. I don't know. I will test this out later. And let's create the section for FAQs. Okay, so here let's add the h2 FAQs. The font size should be, let's copy this. And by 10 MB20 FAQs. Okay, let's use the same grid for creating these FAQs like we did before. And I think I should decrease this container size. Okay, this logo and actions is fine, but this content should be like in this type of border, like there should be more spacing. Or maybe it's fine. We will see that later. And let's add the question mission, and it should be a text Excel, bold, sorry, font, semi-bold, this is the answer. And text should be Excel, it should not be semi-bold, it should be zinc 300. Just add this in a div here. And let's do my10. Let's create a div and let's call it FAQ container. Let's add our FAQ here. Then let's call it a grid and grid call. Let's have only two of them, which this should work, right? And let's add more. Let's remove one and let's add a gap of. Do I need the gap here? Yeah, gap of 8. Okay. Now let's create the footer part. Close this. Add a footer tag. And it will be a flex box. First, let's use this image. PSPNG. Let's add this here. Assets, images. Done. Let's rebuild it. Just a second. I don't know if my screen is stretched or something. So I imported the image here. Let's reload. Wow. Let's add the height and width. Height should be 150 and width should be 150 as well. Let's reload. Okay, fits perfectly. And the footer should be outside this container. Yeah, great. And after that, let's add this text. Let's make it 200. Better. Now add this text to Excel, Venus, text, labs. Let's see. It should be semi-bold. And let's make items center. Is that a good idea? Let's just put them in a div and make this div a flex box. Then items center would work perfectly. Font semi-bold. And let's add a gap of, okay, now just copy this H3 and I will have a section of resources. Let's create a div for resources and I will have list of resources like this. No, actually, I will just add these as links. So let's use anchor tag and just use this dummy ones, resources, docs. Let's see. Okay. And then similarly for the links, let's just clone this. Links. 1, 2, 3. Home, pricing, about us. Get started and contact us. And let's make this a flex and flex column. Okay, these two are for the links, and let's just wrap this in a div, and let's give it a full width, add flex items, center, justify center. Let's see. Sorry, not centers. Let's use around. Around is too much. justify around, and let's give this a, let's do it here. Let's add space. Let's justify space between, or maybe we have two divs, right? Justify between should work. Let's give this a width of 50%, and let's do the same thing here. Okay. And instead of item center, let's keep it just on justify around. And we do have a line that separates our footer. So let's go here, add padding top of 10, 12, and border top of 1. Let's add border zinc. What? Let's see. Let's try to 400, 600, 500. Let's decrease the padding to 8, and y just here. Let's do padding y of 8. Okay, and no, just keep the top, and let's add a adding here. Sorry, paragraph of width full. This should have our copyright text. Let's see. Okay, let's add this here outside the footer. Cool. So this should not be outside the footer. Let's create a div, and let's use all this thing here, and let's move it inside the footer. Okay, it would look cool if the donut is like on the borders. So let's leave it like this for now. Okay, so the structure of the landing page is ready. This is how it looks. We will add animation and we will try to make this better. There is still for us to add the logo and the action buttons and get started button here, then these cards, then these images and everything. So we will do this in the next part of our live stream. This will be it for today. I will have to go now. Okay. Thank you for joining. Nobody joined. Still, goodbye.